in England, we would never do that.
And as I pulled over, the car behind me started honking his horn. And I stopped and I was pulled over and he just stayed behind me honking his horn. And the examiner was really nice. He went, "You're doing nothing wrong, just stay where you are."
And for anyone in England watching, they'll be fuming at that. It's a really big problem that we've got at the moment.
Welcome to Driving School TV. I'm here with Francis. I'm going to show him around Northern Ireland.
You passed the driving test a month ago here at Hydebank Driving Test Centre. You're going to show me the route that you did, and we're going to learn about what it's like to learn to drive in Northern Ireland, what it's like to pass a driving test here, or take a driving test here, because it's not all been passing. It's not all been passing, and now you've been driving for a month. You've got your own car. Sick. Let's hear about what it's like to drive here as a newly qualified driver as well. Should we go?
Let's do it.
Show me around. Nice. Still got all of those good habits from when you learnt to drive?
Yeah, I drive like this all the time.
No, for real, yeah?
Yeah, I do my best. But,
Launching straight into my car.
yeah, it's too nice.
It's actually that car's fucking awful.
It is.
So bad.
I'm terrible with cars. Here's the first fun thing about this test centre.
Go on.
It's 10 miles per hour.
Do you have to go 10 miles an hour?
The examiner may or may not say to you, you can go over 10 or you can just, won't say anything and then you keep to 10. So I've taken 2 attempts. On my first attempt, the examiner did say, go ahead, go over 10 miles per hour.
Go a bit faster. Yeah. Wow. Okay. I really want to take a driving test here just to get the full experience from an actual examiner.
He was really cool. After I failed, because I tried to pull out in front of traffic.
That's why you failed the first one?
I failed. It was a proper bad one.
Is that where you park for the L test?
No, that is the MOT centre. So in there is where they're going to do the lorries and MOTs. And you've seen that hill we just came up.
Yeah, yeah.
That's not super practical, but
yeah,
they're going to make it work. It looks really impressive.
It looks so
It doesn't
nice.
do anything.
Yeah.
But so here on the left.
Yes.
My instructor told me this didn't happen to me, but on the left, you may do your reverse bay park or your reversing manoeuvre in there.
Because they only do it in the centre here.
Yeah.
You can't go to a car park.
Yeah, you don't go to a car park. You can do a reversing manoeuvre outside of the test centre.
Like
just
only
can't be the bay
parallel
park or reverse around the corner, which is one I don't think you do.
Got it. No, we don't do that. Or turn in the road. We don't do that either, but you do that.
Yeah. I had to do a turn in the road on the way here.
Did you?
Yeah.
Got lost?
I got lost. Went down the dead end.
Which manoeuvres did you get on your test then?
I got a reverse around the corner.
Horrible manoeuvre. How did you find it?
It was fine.
When you instruct, so we used to have to teach this, and whenever people would say like, "Oh, why we're doing reverse? What's this? Why is this practical to real life driving?"
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Do you know what? It's not, but get it anyway because it's on your test."
I'll tell you what happened when we get to that junction. Sod it, I'll tell you now. When I got to the junction, he said, pull over just before the junction here.
There we go, let's boot it, get some speed.
Just pull over just before the junction here and we'll do our manoeuvre. And as I pulled over, the car behind me started honking his horn because I was slowing down. And I stopped and I was pulled over and he just stayed behind me honking his horn and like gesticulating in this car. And the examiner was really nice. He went, "You're doing nothing wrong, just stay where you are. You're close enough to the curb, it's fine." We're going to go straight on here.
Okay.
Which is something your examiner will say to you. And then he pulled past me, he went past, and it was really funny because he had R plates on.
Oh, no way, so he'd recently passed?
Yeah, within a year.
And he was doing that to someone on a driving test, like, you should know better, you've been through this, bro.
Less than a year ago, he was in my shoes and he just had no patience at all.
That's so mean. Yeah, because you don't do sat-nav driving, but you've seen some videos of like how we do the UK test.
Yes.
Which one do you think you would prefer, sat-nav driving or like the examiner just directs you and you get a little bit of independent?
Oh, I think I prefer the examiner, yeah.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like the sat-nav system.
Our independent driving's so easy.
Yeah,
so easy.
What did you have to do?
I think it was, so I want you to go left, then straight on and take the last exit on the roundabout.
Okay.
And that was my independent driving.
Easy. So are you restricted to 45 miles an hour right now?
I am.
What happens if you go over?
Well, I'd get a speeding ticket.
From who though? Because cameras aren't going to catch you doing...
Well, if someone catches me, it's the same if you break any law. If no one catches you, nothing's going to happen to you.
Okay, fine.
But if someone were to catch me, I'd get a speeding ticket, I'd get 6 points on my license, and I'd probably have to...
6 points
I
for
think-
one speeding ticket?
Oh no, wait, that's for the phone.
Yes,
Yeah, I
3
think you
points
get
for
3
speeding.
points.
Got it. So we're going into a 50 zone.
Yeah.
Do we just have to stick to 45?
We have to stick to 45.
We can't get to the speed limit.
Yeah.
Interesting. Is that annoying or is that like sensible? How do you feel about that rule that you've got here?
It's sensible enough. I'm all right with it. The only place I don't like it is on the motorway.
You've been on motorways?
I know.
Oh, okay.
Because there's no point. Like, you can't go motorway speed. So
Yeah, doing 45 on a motorway
absolutely no
would
point
be
whatsoever.
dangerous.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. This is tricky. Nicely done. Really good. You've only been driving a month as well on your own.
Yes.
Do you drive loads everywhere?
I drive a fair amount, like the number of times a week,
Yeah,
but I don't drive very far.
The beautiful thing about Belfast is everywhere you go, you're backdropped by the mountains.
Yeah, you're in a big
So
bowl.
good. Yeah, it's so good. Mad. Do you feel confident like driving around now? Like
Most of the
comfortable?
time. Most of the time. This is like one of the only 20 mile per hour places I've ever driven.
Makes sense. It's quite like residential.
Yeah, I think it's the reason you come here on the test because they're quite hard to find.
Okay.
Like you don't get many of them. There's a couple in town.
What about learning to drive here then? What was learning? Oh, the birds. What was it like learning to drive here then? Because obviously your instructor seems to have like prepared you really well for actual real life driving.
Yeah, my instructor threw me in the deep end. They found out what I wasn't super confident in, and as long as they knew I was happy to do it, they just kept making me do it.
Yeah.
And I really liked it. It was really good.
So you had a good experience
I
with
had
your.
really positive experience in my.
Who did you learn to drive with?
Jan from First Go Driving.
Jan from First Go Driving.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jan.
Jan.
Big up yourself, Jan.
Awesome.
So when you learned, wow, look at this. That was sharp and 20 miles an hour. This, I can imagine if there's something coming the other way on that corner,
Yeah.
easy opportunity to fail. So when Jan was training you, was it like the whole really strict 10 and 2?
No.
Oh, okay, go on.
You have to at least have one hand on the wheel, which she did tell me multiple times.
Oh, no, yeah, that's just driving. If we've got no hands on the wheel, car's going anywhere.
But I'd get really relaxed when I was talking to her, and
She'd be happy for you to drive around like this.
yeah, as long as I was like, a lot of people say,
In
I was
control.
like control, in
Yes.
control.
When
Yeah.
you had your driving test, what was the vibe?
The vibe was really relaxed. The examiner was really like clear in what was going to happen. They said to me like, "Oh, I'm not going to be talking very much, but that's just so you can concentrate."
Love that. Then it's not awkward.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it was really nice. I knew that was going to happen from videos, but to have that, reinforced on the test, it's really good. It was really good feedback at the end as well.
Okay.
Like, they were really helpful in what they were telling me.
Even the first one that you failed.
First one, even though I failed, he was really nice. It was basically I'd learned all the skills, but I can see something there. I had not got enough practice.
So you weren't actually ready to pass.
I was
which is
not
the whole
ready.
point of the
Yeah.
driving test.
I'd learned all the skills, and my instructor said was encouraging me not to
take it.
take it.
Oh, okay.
But I was just like super eager.
At least have a go.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I'll just get the experience, and it'll
Yeah,
be good
yeah.
for me that way.
So she
It
agreed
doesn't
to let you
matter.
take her
Yeah,
car.
she agreed to let me take her car, and she was like, "Well, it's your money." and
But also, like in England, we would never do that because if you fail your driving test, you've got to wait 6 months. That's not the case here.
no, that's scary. 6 months is.
Like at least
A
6
long
months.
time
That's
to
the
wait.
minimum.
I was annoyed. I had to wait what was it, a month?
So you booked another retest in 1 month.
Yeah. Well, that's what my instructor. She said you need about a month of just driving.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Your retest was in a month because your instructor made you wait a month.
Yeah.
But you could have got one.
I don't think I would have been able to get one sooner than that.
For anyone in England watching, they'll be fuming at that.
Yeah, they'll be raging. It's great.
Oh, you had to wait a month. That's insane. It's a really big problem that we've got at the moment, like the driving test backlog.
Yeah.
And there's not really much that they're doing about it.
Yeah, it took me.
How about the bus lane? Did you read the sign?
I did not.
Ah,
I just know what the bus lanes around are where
Yeah,
I
yeah.
live.
Okay.
And so I'm not in that. I've lost the habit of reading them because I don't try.
so you don't live around this side of Belfast, you live
No,
on...
this is wealthy around here. Look at the
Is it?
size of this
Yeah, yeah,
road. It's
fair,
huge.
Fair. Oh, this is the notorious roundabout. That's actually quite tricky, isn't it?
Some people might think it's tricky. I thought it was alright.
Oh.
I suppose it could be considered tricky because there's a slip road here.
Yeah, yeah. Where are we going next?
We're going back towards the test centre.
What's the biggest benefit that you've seen since you got your driving licence? Like, what's it opened up to you and made you be able to do that you couldn't before?
It means I can see my brother once a week. It's made my life a lot more convenient.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's nothing that I'm doing that's new. It's just I can see my brother once a week and it doesn't cost me a ton of money.
Sick. Was your brother in Belfast?
Yeah, he's in hospital at the moment.
Ah, okay.
So I have to go up to Knockbracken to visit him.
What about insurance? Like, insurance is a thing that worries a lot of new drivers because I bought a car, I'm now paying £6,000, which is more than the car's
wild.
worth. I'm exaggerating, but like I do know someone that's paid £6,000 for insurance on a VW Polo. Like it's not a Lamborghini, it's a Polo. Let's get real.
Really?
£6,000. Yeah, it's a lot in it.
That is a lot of money.
Is it the same over here?
Well, I don't know. I'm not paying nearly that much. I'm paying about 1,500 or
For a whole year?
yeah, for the year.
How big's this engine on this car?
1.2.
1.2. What? That's a good price.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. Maybe it's my job.
Yeah, man, that's a good price.
That might be work into it.
Job does play a little bit into it, yeah.
But I think
work
that
in a
is
hospital?
about the average. So no, I work for a charity.
Okay. And how old are you? That affects it a lot as well.
Yeah, that'll be a big feature. I'm 29.
Oh, not over 30.
Not over 30.
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah. You'll get a little discount from people 17, 18.
Yeah.
But not huge. It's
What
just
do you think?
cheaper here.
What's the age where it makes a big difference to your insurance?
I'd say probably above 30, 35 when you're getting cheap insurance.
That's nice.
Imagine all the stuff you could do around here, like driving up to the coast and stuff.
I would.
really
I've
wanna do
hiked it.
Have you?
I hiked the north coast from Belfast to Derry.
No way.
Yeah.
On foot?
Yeah.
Wow.
Great. Everyone kept asking me, "Why are you doing this? Are you doing it for charity?" I was like, "Nope.
Love that.
It's for me.
It's for fun.
It's for
Yeah,
me."
yeah, yeah. Let's pull up on the left. Don't worry if you block my car. Thank you so much, man. That's been really useful. What's one piece of advice that you could give yourself if you went back and had to start learning again with all the information you've got now?
Don't rush.
What's your one piece of advice for people taking their driving test here in Northern Ireland, not specifically Hydebank?
It's not going to be as scary as you think. You can do it, and you'll probably enjoy it.
Thank you, Donnie. Appreciate you, man. If you've got your driving test coming up here in Northern Ireland, then check out this playlist of Northern Ireland driving test tips and videos. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.